Hello, and welcome to the Rojan Kimcast. It's me, Rojan Kim. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Monday, guys. Monday. Are you guys doing stuff? Are you out there? Don't go out. Whatever. Do it. Get out there. Go on. Just don't, just don't get anyone sick. That's all. I don't even care if you get sick. Fuck it. Fuck it. If you're going out, you don't care. Then why should I care? But don't get other people sick. You know what I'm saying? Mask up. Put on a mask. I don't know. Or just don't breathe on people. Or I don't know. Fuck it. We're all gonna die. Ha ha. All right. Great times, everybody. Yes. I'm gonna try not to talk about the coronavirus. I'm sure you guys are hearing all about it at this point. However, one thing I do want to bring up news-wise is, first of all, Matt Taibbi. I just want to throw that name out there. Matt Taibbi, okay? Good guy. I don't know personally. He might actually be like a serial killer or evil man, but he's a good journalist. Okay? That's what I can say. That's what I can't just come out and vouch for his character, though his work seems like he's a good guy. They did try to Me Too the guy. They tried to Me Too Matt Taibbi. A lot of it is because he was like not on board with Russiagate, and he's just not really part of the media establishment. Though he writes for Rolling Stone, but that's still considered kind of fringe in terms of media outlets. But Matt Taibbi, just look up his articles, man. Like really good stuff from the financial crisis, really good stuff about the grifts from the banks, really good stuff about WMDs, really good stuff about the state of media. He had this new book called Hate Inc. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend just Googling Matt Taibbi Substack, and it's kind of like a new model for journalism now, where it's a subscription-based, independent journalism. I support him. It's like $40 a month, whatever, to fucking help him eat while he writes these badass articles. And his latest article is called "Resetting the Bomb," and it's about here's the top, the whatever byline. Yeah, another era of debt-fueled profiteering is ending with a bailout. How we're institutionalizing the unfairness economy. Well, basically, the gist of the article is that it's money printer go burr, and because of money printer go burr, it's just fucking grifters galore, man. It's time for the con artists, scammers, all of them just come out of the woodwork. There's already Nigerian princes hard at work trying to scam stimulus money off people. You know what I'm saying? Like people are already getting, fake Costco. It's all in this article. Check it out. Like they're getting texts from Costco being like, "We got $100 stimulus for you. Just send us your social security." It's just like all these phishing scams are going on, and that's just for the people. The people are getting chump change. 6 trill so far. Do you know how much a trillion is? Most of you probably do because you're all Asian. But for some of you, trillion is a million. You know what I mean? That means if you had $1 trillion, it would take a million deliveries to deliver that to a million people. Like if you were going to give $1 million each out of $1 trillion, there would be a million. You know what I mean? You need to use part of that to create an industry to deliver that money. That's how many people need that money, and that's just one of them. I mean, the whole economy is supposed to be like 22 trillion, which is great, awesome. And so I guess in terms of that, it's a drop in the bucket. Haha. So maybe the whole thing won't come crashing down because of hyperinflation. It won't be no Weimar Republic. You ever hear about the Weimar Republic? It's right after World War One. In between World War One, it's pre-Nazi, post-Prussian, what the fuck were they? I don't know. Panzers? I don't know what they're called. The Kaisers? No, Kaiser is the guy. Kaiser Wilhelm. Krauts. They're Krauts. Post-Kraut. Pre-Nazi. I guess they were still Krauts. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is right before World War II, right after World War One, the Germans were fucked because they lost, and then everybody, Britain, France, everybody was like, you gotta pay, motherfucker. So they got saddled with tons of debt. And some people were like, hey, maybe this is not a good idea because they might get pissed off. And they're like, no, fuck the Germans. Fucking make them pay. So in 1 year, apparently, something like 1920 to 21, or I don't know. I'm not a historian. I just learned about this on a podcast. I'm just trying to repeat it like an idiot to you guys. But apparently, in 1 year, inflation went up 1 billion %. So that means Something that cost $1 by the end of the year cost $1 billion. You know? And nobody like I don't know. I wish I was taught this in school because then I was like, oh, no wonder they became Nazis. Like I get the whole like, yeah, people are racist and they're evil and they look for the external person, to get rid of them, the Jews and whatever. I get that. I get the impulse. No, I'm just kidding. Trust me, I live with a bunch of them. No, I don't live with a bunch of Jews. I used to. I live in a Jewish neighborhood, that's for sure. But they're beautiful people. That's neither here nor there. Honestly, I love. I'm going to talk about Gal Gadot in a second. Beautiful, beautiful Jewess. But what I'm trying to say here is that you know if you just kind of throw in the whole thing that there was 1 billion% inflation right before people went nuts and decided to kill the Jews, I think it kind of makes. Then you're like, oh, okay, not the logic of killing Jews specifically, but the logic of getting the population to just turn on somebody. Can you imagine if something that cost you $1 right now cost $1 billion by the end of the year? You don't think people go insane? People are using wheelbarrows to carry their cash around to like buy bread. Like it just fucking, you know. So I feel like when we get to that point, then we should really worry. That's that's when we. So I'm not like super worried. I guess I put my level of worry at a 6. As opposed to like an 8. I feel like if it was hyperinflation like that, that's an 8. I mean, 9 is essentially they're starting to round up people, and 10 is just full on, just the full on gulag and all of that stuff. All the stuff we know about that they've done. That we're not there yet, but we might be, and that's where we're at a real eat the rich moment here, guys. We're like a month away. If they don't do this right, the leaders, the celebrities, the millionaires, billionaires, everybody who we look up to and say that they're gonna help us out, they don't fucking come up with something soon. Push is gonna come to shove, and it's not. I mean, it's just historical. It's just inevitable. I mean, it's just time and time again. You extract the wealth. If you extract all the wealth from the lower classes to the point where the disparity of wealth is so great that it's completely obvious that a smaller percentage of the population is benefiting at the expense of the masses, and the masses are fucking dying and eating each other. Wow, that's not a good sign. The one thing you better not hope for then is unity. I mean, it kind of makes sense why they're just pushing the politics. And they're like, fuck, we got no sports. Like, we gotta do something, and if we're gonna keep these yokels occupied, so they're pushing the politics. They're like, oh, Trump is so great. I hate Trump. And then on the Trump side, they're like, Trump is so great. I hate Pelosi. And then they're all blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they all fucking love each other. They love each other. They love each other. You're kidding yourself. You're denying reality if you think that the media, the so-called journalist media, establishment media, MSNBC, who's always like, Trump was bad. Trump was bad. If you don't think they don't love Trump, you're out of your goddamn mind. Do you understand how much money Trump has made these motherfuckers? You understand how much money they're rolling in because of the hatred, the Trump hate industry, the marketing? Every article you read is from a anti-Trump or pro-Trump angle. Is it bad? Is he good? Is he bad? Is he good? I mean, that's they're just feeding this red meat to the public. And they're like, yeah. Meanwhile, no, where's the news story that's like, hey, hold on. Hey, okay, so this guy is a Russian agent? And we have nothing? No evidence? This whole time we're saying there's evidence, 3 years, and then there's nothing? And then they're like, you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna impeach him anyways. Forget the Russian thing. He tried to not give money to the Ukraine. I mean, he did, but he tried to not to, and that's what we're gonna get him on. And they didn't get him on that. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, while they're all like, rah, 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 get rid of Trump, they passed his entire legislative agenda, his budget. They passed his fucking military budget. They gave him money for the wall. They created the Space Force. They expanded the Patriot Act. They extended the NDAA, which is the thing that lets Trump detain anybody who's a terrorist or whatever, a threat, indefinitely. Basically lets you suspend the Constitution. And they let him do all that. Why would you let him do that? Why would you do that? Why would you give that to him if he was a traitor? All right. I don't need to keep. You got. You know what I. You know. Okay, I want to talk about Gal Gadot. Yeah, we all know. She did the Imagine thing. It was a little bit of a fucking obvious ploy to promote Wonder Woman 1984. Which, what was the fucking point when all this shit shut down? So what the fuck was the point? But I just thought it was hilarious that this was the, obviously the idea, tone deafness. I'm sure, it's a little late in the news cycle, Rojan, to be talking about it. This is what I do. I'm ahead of the curve on some stuff, and I'm behind on a lot of other things. I just think that it's hilarious that Gal Gadot is singing Imagine, which includes lyrics, like imagine there's no country, imagine there's no border, imagine there's no religion, and she served in the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, which helps to occupy Palestine. She is a soldier helping keep the Palestinians in a cage, in a jail, in two jails. She's probably in the nicer one, which probably wasn't in Gaza. I feel like they'd throw a hot piece like that, they'd probably throw her in the West Bank. You know what I'm saying? Gaza's for the uggos. You know what I'm saying? Gaza's for psychos and uggos. And West Bank, I'm sure, is for the hot ones. Hot one, models, hot one, just the good looking one. Everybody's got to serve in Israel, which is, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Might have better character in this country if everybody served. But everybody serves in Israel, and, she served. I'm sure she'll look hot in her fucking desert fatigues, sporting that fucking Uzi, right? Fucking yelling at Palestinian kids to not look at her in the eye. Yeah. Asking us to imagine that there's no borders, and imagine there's no country. Imagine. Just imagine, gal. Imagine if those Palestinians had no borders. Imagine if Israel had no country. Oh, God. I don't know. I think that's part of that's part of the tone deafness you'd see, in the celebrity class, the elite class. Meanwhile, here's the populace, Britney Spears. Now look at Britney, right? Britney's like, maybe we need to fucking go commie. Maybe we need a Bernie Sanders. Maybe we need universal health care. You know why? Because Britney Spears is of the people. You know what I mean? She grew up in a trailer park, okay? She grew up in a trailer park, and yeah, she went through the whole Disney system. She went through all that shit, but she, I don't think it's obvious she never forgot her roots. You know what I mean? It's obvious she's Americana. And I think she's also not a dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like remember when she was like flashing a pussy and shit coming out of the car and all that? You think that was fucking, because she was dumb? No, that's because she was smart. You understand? She's a genius. You understand that Britney Spears came onto the scene as a teenager, as a 15-year-old girl who was lusted after and made a sexual object of herself on television for all of us. And then to count down till she hit 18. And she hit 18. And then we're like, yeah, now we can fuck her. Yeah. And then what happens is that, the danger here is that she could have peaked too early, right? She's already hot at 15. You're waiting for her to be 18. By the time she's 21, everybody's like, ugh, oh god, she's fucking, there's a MILF. She's a MILF. Britney is a 21-year-old MILF, right? So what does she do? She starts flashing her pussy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Paris Hilton's there, yeah. This is before Kardashians. This is pre all of that. Britney, bitch. Right? Even you got leave Britney alone. She had to go through a whole mental breakdown, flash her pussy, remember that? But boom, where is she now? On top. Right? Where is she now? On top. Flashing her pussy at you from on top of her glass balcony. Alright? In her multi-million-dollar condo that she got from being a headliner in Vegas, from having a Vegas show. And so, this is a smart woman, guys. She's hedging her bets. That's what I'm saying. She's hedging her bets, which is what I think all celebrities, millionaires, fucking billionaires, all of you should be hedging your bets because they're coming. The rabble, the poor, they're coming. Okay? And I want to just finish about Britney. Here's the thing. Britney had a show in Vegas, and she saw the people. You know what I'm saying? These aren't the poorest of the poor. These are people who could afford a Britney Spears concert. And I think she saw that a lot of them should not be buying money, should not be buying tickets to Vegas and tickets to her concert. They obviously don't have the money. And they're coming to see her. Probably on credit, right? And she's seen this for years. Seen this. And she, of course, yes, she's gotten rich off of them. She's got whatever. But she's, come on, Daily Show putting out. But it's not like she's working. Okay, I'm not denying her any of that shit. I'm saying you just fucking take it, Brittany. But what I'm saying is that she saw, she saw the people. She saw their eyes. She saw the hunger in their eyes. She saw that like, oh shit, man, if the shit went down, these people would fucking run up here and just literally tear me into pieces. They would tear me into pieces, wouldn't they? And so that's why she's like, hey, let's give them all. I don't know if that's why, but if I was her, I would be like, dude, I've seen some shit. You do not want these people desperate. You do not. You want them fat, fed, happy. Okay, you want them happy. You don't want them being desperate. You don't want them trying to think that like, oh, we gotta eat each other. You don't want that to happen. So Britney, I think, is you celebrities. Listen, we're on a Gal Gadot, Britney Spears spectrum here. Okay, you gotta pick a side. You go Gal Gadot and start putting out more of these Imagine videos. It's pitchforks, sharpening, torches lit. People are knocking at your door. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to happen. And I'm not advocating any violence. I'm not advocating any kind of, bad thing, hurting, assault, none of that. I don't advocate or condone any of that. All I'm saying is that we are going to reach a point where that may become the only option for a lot of people. Look at the guy that he started the Amazon strike, right? Because they didn't have enough equipment. What did they do to him? They fired him. They fired him because they knew people are desperate. Someone else will take his place, But he's still trying to organize. So that's where we're at. We're at a place where the owners of everything have an opportunity to be generous and be compassionate. And right now, at the moment, they're not. They're fucking cutthroat psychos. They're fucking going for the bottom line, which America respects. That's the whole thing. But the counterpoint to that, don't think there isn't a counterpoint. There is a counterpoint, and it's that people are angry and people will lose their shit. Okay? If you're not careful, everybody, Trump, all of them, they're listening. But whatever. Even us as individuals. That's the other thing, is like, we as individuals, of course, in a lot of ways, we are powerless, right? Like, we have no say in wars, we have no say in a lot of our economic policies, we have no say in the people who are jailed as whistleblowers, we have no say in a lot of things. Yet they take our money and use it. And then when it comes time to give us the money back to help us, they're like, how are we we better look into this. We better hold on. Let's get the pen out. We can't rush into it. We have to be responsible. Right? It's like they fucking take our money, and when it's time to go to war, they're like, yeah, throw the money, yeah. And then when you look at all the data following the war, you're like, what the fuck did you guys did? Like, if our war machine was a company, and they put out their numbers, we'd be like, what the you guys spent $6 trillion on an unknown goal. It says right here, you guys have no idea what you're doing. It literally says in this document, you have no idea what you're doing, and you keep doing it. And knowing this, you keep telling the public, us, the Americans, that you're taking the money from, using the money, that you do know what you're doing, and that you should be that you totally know what you're doing, and we gotta keep doing it, because if you don't if we stop now, it'll all be for nothing. And that's are you kidding me? And that's right. We're a government, other people, and as a society, we are formed by individuals. So I can see it kind of, seeing a lot of psychological, and I wouldn't say breakdowns just yet, but let's just say setups. I want to go up on stage and be like, look at me, and me. I say the funny thing. What'd you say? Shut up. I talk. See, that's me. That's what I want. And I am fully admitting that I'm a narcissist, and that social media is the perfect thing for me. The perfect thing for me is it's all about me and the attention, and I get little attention points, approval points for all the things I put out. How can you not see how narcissistic that is? So narcissistic, and by participating by participating in social media, we are all narcissists. And it's okay. It's fine. And as long as you accept it, it's fine. But, got into this argument with a friend of mine, online, of course. Of course, I love to get into argument, but it's not really. I'm just telling, because she was all like, what's up with people who don't like your posts and comment on them? And that's actually a thing I have a pet peeve of mine, just because I'm a narcissist and I'm like, fuck it, I want the like, I want the points. Fuck you, fuck your narcissism. You can't be narcissistic, just post all over my post without liking it. You gotta like it first, bitch. So, it's just some dumb dumb etiquette based on this dumb narcissism. These points are meaningless. All this is meaningless. It only matters in that one little moment, the one little sweet dopamine hit. When you see that red notification thing, and and you get a like and a laugh or whatever, any reaction, even angry, ha 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 ha, it makes you feel great. Yeah. So she was like, I was basically like, yeah, it's narcissism. It's narcissism that's making them post without liking. It's narcissism that's making me post this. It's narcissism making you post this. It was like, and then she was like, ugh, what? Oh, get up on the wrong side of the bed. She's like, I am not a narcissist. And I was like, come on, you're a stamp. She's a comedian. Okay? Filmmaker. How are you not a narcissist? How are you not an artist? How are you not a narcissist? You know what I'm saying? You get up on stage and you're like, you want people to look at you and laugh with approval. Laugh in a very particular way. You don't want them to laugh at you because they think you're an idiot and you think you're not funny and you should get out of here. You want them to laugh because they think you're amazingly funny and nothing else is going on except you, and their minds are even hijacked by you. And how is that not, it's incredibly narcissistic. I get it. I love it. But if you're a comedian, look, that's dangerous. I think that's ultimately, it's dangerous, specifically as a comedian, if you don't understand that you are a narcissist, that you are mentally ill on some level. That's the only way you can do this. It's the only way this makes sense, because otherwise, what are you talking about? Are you saying you're not a narcissist? Are you saying that those people are narcissists and you're not, yet you want people to laugh at you like a clown? Is that what you're saying? Because that kind of sounds like you're taking yourself too seriously. Does that make sense? As a comedian, to take yourself too seriously? That's the underlying contradiction there, and also the weakness inherent in thinking that way. Because if you're a comic and you feel like, ugh, I can't be bothered with that. I'm not one of those. I'm better than that. And then how can you possibly be in the position to mock things? Your whole job is to mock things that take that posture. You can't take that posture and then mock things that take. I mean, I guess you can. That is a lot of comedy now, and that's why comedy sucks. That's why me and a lot of other fellow comedians who really respect and love comedy want it to die. It's the best thing in the world. I think it's the best thing in the world. Let the chips fall with. It's just like a fucking brush fire, like a forest fire. And forest fires aren't bad. Forest fires aren't bad. It's actually bad if you don't let the forest have a fire once in a while, okay? You need the brush is choking. They're choking everybody. The deer, rabbits, the squirrels are all dying. They're choking. You need the fire. The fire to free them. Yes, it's contradictory. I know, the fire, a lot of them will die from the fire. Roasted squirrels, chickens. I don't know if they're chickens in the woods. But roasted, whatever. There's a hen of the woods that's a mushroom. But, okay, fire. But after the brush is cleared, all that ash becomes fertilizer for new growth. The strongest growth. The weakest will die. The strong will survive. I mean, that's what we've been left with. I mean, that's, we're going to do it. Hunger Games. Hunger Games, baby. All right. Here's the thing. We're all being grifted. We're all being grifted. I mean, I think it's bonkers to not look at the past 20 years of American history, starting with 9/11, what we did with 9/11, fucking financial crash, everything, all of it. Obama being elected, all of it. Trump being elected, up until this point. And that's it. And it's just a giant fucking scam, giant grift. That all this money that they're pouring into things, how much of it does the actual person see? How can they not give people health care? I mean, now Trump might give people health care, which is the most hilarious thing in the world too. Look, everybody's failed this. Okay? How can anybody at this point act like politics is real? I mean, I guess it's just for the security blanket aspect. Just like religion. Right? At this point, it's like, how can you believe that religion is real? Well, you believe it because you need it. Okay? So I get it. So politics, people are clinging to it like it's real, but it's not real. They fucking don't like you. They love each other. They don't love you. They don't love you. They fucking love you. They're all in it together. And guess what? You're not in it. Just like George Carlin said, right? It's a big club and you're not in it. right? And all they want to do is take from you, right? They're gonna come after all your shit, right? Everybody's fucking failed this, right? Journalism as an institution. There's individuals like Matt Taibbi or whatever, totally fucking failed this, right? Government as an institution. You might find one motherfucker out there. There's that guy Massey, that fucking was like, "Hey, should we really be doing this?" And then everybody's like, "Bah, bah." Even Trump was like, "Kick him out of the party," like it's just for being like, "Hey, all this money is going to the richest people, and doesn't anybody know?" All right, whoa, 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 and then they started throwing stuff at him, right? Government, priests, religious class, everybody. It's failed. The Pope, pedophiles everywhere, right? Teachers, pedophiles, teachers, but also or inept, or underfunded, or pedophiles, whatever, parents, narcissistic parents, narcissists, parents unable to do anything. Parents right now are tearing their hair out because their kids are around. Most parents are praying to God, please let there be a vaccine so I can get these fucking kids out of the house, right? Right? Same parents who are probably like, "I don't want my taxes to go up to pay teachers. I don't want to pay teachers more. Why should teachers be paid?" Okay, I bet you can see why teachers need to be paid more, huh? Huh? Except not the pedophiles. I don't know. We got to root them out. I don't know. Whatever. This is not a QAnon thing. Sorry. And of course, finally, ourselves. Okay, we have failed ourselves as individuals. What are we? What are we? Fucking consumers. American consumers. That's all we are in America. I'm imagining most of you listening, are in America. Sorry if you're not. But if you aren't, actually, it's probably more hilarious for you to see how we're acting, right? So yeah, we're all like race and gender and politics and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, to other people outside of America, you're probably just like, dude, they're all the same. They're all fucking batshit insane. Highly entertaining, highly dangerous. You know what I mean? Like very, very entertaining, but very, very suspicious. Like could snap at anyone, but highly fun. But can't take your eyes off of them. Cannot take your eyes off of America. But god damn it if they're not violent. You know what I'm saying? God damn it, they're gonna fuck things up. And we did that. You know what I mean? We did that. We failed ourselves. Everybody has failed us. We're a country of failures, right? And we have a failure as a president, and I think it's all so fitting. It's fitting. Ah, come on. It's fitting. You know how you spot the narcissist? It's the one insisting that they're not a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the one. Especially on a public platform. Alright. I guess I should... listen, I want to get to my first sponsor. Guys, I have a sponsor now. There you go. This podcast is brought to you by Figs. Figs is a high-end USA-made brand of premium scrubs for healthcare professionals. That's right, scrubs. The things that healthcare professionals wear while they're saving your life, especially now during a pandemic. Figs is higher quality than the standard scrubs you may get at a uniform warehouse or something like that. Usually knockoff Chinese things. And Figs is made. This is a terrible ad read. Well, it said right here to ad lib, and so I am okay. And all right, I'll ad lib here. Here's the thing about Figs. So Figs is a brand of scrubs that is offered to healthcare professionals and saying like, look, pay a little extra. These figs are awesome, and you look good commuting and everything. And there's all these ads of these like good-looking health professionals wearing these like Figs fucking scrubs and whatever, and like and I was like, well, I was asking Raimi. I was asking her like, what the fuck is up with? Is this like a new trend? Well, she knows about fashion. So I was like, is this a fucking trend? Is this like a new trend scrub fashion? What is this? And she was like, no, this is for doctors and shit. They have to buy their own scrubs. So this is like high-end scrubs for them to buy. And I was like, wait, really? Because one of the ads says Figs is like the oat milk of scrubs, and that's for doctors? That's for healthcare professionals? That's for the people saving our lives? The people on the front lines right now battling a pandemic and putting themselves at risk every day who actually don't have enough equipment? They actually have to buy their own fucking scrubs too? You're telling me that? And this is of course before the pandemic. But back then I was like all up in arms, and I didn't put out. I've been wanting to go on a fucking tirade about this. I tried it once on stage. Nobody was with me. Totally bombed, right? Because I was just like, Fucking figs. Are you seeing this, guys? You see the fucking fig? You do understand how disgusting it is? Do you understand how disgusting it is? Do you understand how disgusting it is how healthcare professionals, okay, fine. They don't have the mask. They don't have all this protected special gear, pandemic gear. Okay, fine. They didn't have the pandemic gear because they were like, whoa, when could we ever have a pandemic? So they didn't have the fucking, they didn't have, when could we ever get our supply chain cut off from China, whatever. So they didn't think about that because they thought about profit first and they kept their costs down to get the inventory just in time. All right, fine. But fucking scrubs, you gotta make them buy their own scrubs. Make them buy their own fucking scrubs. So just so much to the point that there's a market for people who need premium scrubs. And there's a whole advertising campaign. And the models, they got the model because they're not doctors, or maybe they are even. I mean, who cares? There's good-looking doctor people, photograph them in their scrubs, coming to save your life and looking good. Like, it's disgusting. It's absolutely, this fucking does not. No, just me. How about now? How about now during a major health crisis? Does anybody else see how fucking gross this is? It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking gross. Figs should be giving away the fucking figs for free, right? You fucking faggots. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, fucking. All right. I apologize. Whatever. Whatever. It's not a word. Okay. I mean, what's next, huh? Surgeons are gonna have to fucking buy their own scalpels. Is that what's gonna happen? They have to buy their own scalpels, and soon they're gonna have to be all like at lunchtime bragging about the scalpels they bought, and like one's gonna be like, "You see, this scalpel was fashioned from a 2,000-year-old katana, right? The swordsmith himself, the swordsmith's great grandson fashioned the scalpel himself, hammered it, right, at a shrine in Nasaka." Right, that's what doctors would say. And then another doctor would whip his out and be like, well, mine is actually made from Damascus steel, from an ancient forge in Syria. This forge has been dated back to the time of Alexander. You'll notice the carbon riveting on the scalpel blade here. And I'll be like, oh, you son of a bitch, you've got the carbon riveting? It's like, yeah, it's pretty sick. It slices through fucking the epidermis, like, I mean, I want to say a hot knife through butter, but you know, that's kind of cliche. But you get the point. It's fucking gross, right? Look, listen. If anything, can we all agree as a country, we're all fucking, we're all busy fighting each other over the red team, blue team, Apple, Android, who have the Coke and Pepsi, who gives a fuck, right? While we're all fighting each other and they're fucking robbing us blind, can we at least agree that healthcare professionals are goddamn heroes? Can we agree on that? Can we, okay, let's do that. Now that we've done that, can we agree that maybe they shouldn't have to buy their own fucking scrubs? They shouldn't have to buy, maybe they need to be fucking, maybe you need to pump all that stimulus money into them. How's that? Like Wall Street needs a bailout. It's 1.5 trillion. And fuck. Banks, businesses. Here you go. Take 1,000 richest people in the world. There you go, guys. Take it. Take the money and buy everything once no one can afford it. Go ahead. Right? But when it comes to the people on the fucking front line, including soldiers, I mean, this, right? Should this be a surprise to anybody when we learn that soldiers needed to buy their own body armor? Remember that? Remember how the soldiers needed to buy their own? People were sending them gear from the States because they didn't have fucking gear, and then meanwhile they're fighting what now? 7 wars now, no gear, right? And we all agree that they're the troops. The troops, man, we're supporting them. Right? We're supporting them, but not really. And then we say, thank you for your service. Thanks. And they're like, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you and your taxpayer. You didn't try to stop the war. You didn't try to stop paying taxes. Or if you're going to pay taxes, make sure that we get some fucking body armor. You didn't do any of that. Can you understand that antipathy? I can. I'd be just as mad too. If I was a healthcare worker, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, fuck. These people are coming in sick and they're fucking not listening. Okay? If I come in and say, you wear a mask, of course you should wear a mask. They're telling people to not wear masks because healthcare workers need them. Well, if people aren't wearing masks and more get sick, then healthcare workers get more sick. And they're slammed on top of it. So isn't it better for everybody to just wear masks? Because the whole point is to flatten the curve so as to relieve the pressure on the healthcare workers and not overwhelm it. Anyways, this episode was brought to you by Scrubs. Figs. Shit, I lost this account. God damn it. That was my first ad read and I lost it. Guys. This is why I'm not going to succeed in business. Can I do this whole, should I do the whole read again. Should I do the read over? This episode was brought to you by Figs. I don't know, buy some figs. I apologize for saying figget or saying that figs are for figs. They're a great company. The healthcare workers are on the front line saving us, and yeah, you know, they got a couple extra bucks. They could fucking buy some nice scrubs. Otherwise, they buy the cheap Chinese scrubs, whatever, right? Fucking put on some trash bags while they're at it, and fucking all right. I'm done. I can't. No more figs. No more. All right, I'm done. This is my. I did it, guys. I've talked about everything. I talked about how the whole country has failed us. I've talked about we're at a Gal Gadot Bridget Spears continuum right now amongst millionaires, right? Millionaires are the middle class of the wealthy. You understand? They're the buffer zone between us, the rabble, and the billionaire class. So they better fucking get on board. They better join the masses and convince their billionaire friends to let the fucking, let the wallets open a little bit, or else their heads are gonna be on pikes, okay? And they're the ones who interface with us, the rabble. Listen to Britney. Don't listen to Gal. Gal's in the IDF. Gal's in the IDF. Helped occupy Palestine and then sang it Imagine. Okay? She doesn't know what's going on. But Britney knows what's going on. Britney is a smart that's American ingenuity, right? She came from nothing. Rose to the top. Fell all the way down. Flashed her pussy. Got all the way back up. Fucking did headline Vegas. Worked her fucking ass off. Saw the people face to face. Looked at them right in the eyes, and then made the decision that, oh shit, they're gonna come after me if I don't fucking play my cards right. And that's what everybody needs to do, not just fucking. Because here's the thing, not just millionaires at this point, yes, we are part of the masses, you, me, most of us in America, but globally, the 1%, all you gotta do is make over 30K to be part of the 1%. And globally, you know what I mean? So that's us, all Americans. Globally, or the rich douchebags that they're going to come to eat. Okay? So we better get on board. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? We better get on board and unite. We better get on board, and whatever our play is, because we could decide to say fuck the rest of them, which is fine. As Americans, that's our God-given right. I feel like shut the border, whatever. Whatever we decide. Okay? I'll be on Team America, all right? Because otherwise, it's our heads on pikes. All right? So and that was... Bring it in a full circle. Do you see this, guys? Full circle. I do need 40 minutes for a fucking episode. Okay? Because that's what I was going on about the narcissism. Right? Because the narcissism, yes, in terms of being a comedian, a performer, you have to admit that you're a narcissist in order to not take yourself so seriously that you become fucking retard. Alright? I think that's why actors are so dumb and they do these dumb things and they get out there and say such dumb stuff like Gal Gadot, because they take themselves too seriously. They are under the impression that they are... Gal Gadot actually thinks she's Wonder Woman, even though she has helped confine Palestinian children. She thinks she's a hero. So that's what we're dealing. That's the level of cognitive disconnect we're dealing with, right? So you gotta see. Number one, I'm just talking about performers right now, just to, that we're narcissists. Number two, now I'm talking about the rest of us. Social media, we are all also narcissists. Americans, how narcissistic are we to consume 4 times more than anybody else, to make 4 times more trash than anybody else, to have 7 times more war than anybody else, right? And on top of it, still be rich, demand to be rich, right? Have guns and butter. How are we not narcissists? Number 1 in confidence. Okay, Americans, and rightly so. We rank number 1 in confidence. How is that not narcissistic when we are number 27th in education, right? We're a country of narcissists. We've elected a narcissist to be our president, okay? We're all narcissists in this together. That's why I'm doing this. All right. So the next step from that is what Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Jordan Peterson, all these motherfuckers, what they're talking about, right, is Nietzsche, right, is the whole thing about, we're all good and evil, okay? We are all capable of the greatest good and greatest evil. And the biggest danger is not our evil. The biggest danger is our inability to recognize our own evil. Because then you can get anybody to do all sorts of evil things because they think they're good, right? I have a friend. Well, I don't know if he's a friend. He's a psycho, but he's a comic that I met, right? He fucking he's in Generation Kill. I mean, he's like one of the soldiers portrayed in Generation Kill. He was like the tip of the spear in Iraq, all right? Like in Marine Recon. And you give that guy 5 minutes, you get him comfortable, and it's essentially a list of war crimes that he's just rattling off like fucking personal anecdotes. Like they're nothing. It was like one time, these fucking Vatos came, they just got these 50 calibers, and they just lined them up, and they were like, fuck it, let's just start shooting the village, and they just start shooting and pummeled this village, man. There's fucking civilians in there for sure. And I was like, hey man, don't do that. And then they're like, fuck you. And then he's just like, these are the stories. These are the stories, and that was from 2003. So I can only imagine the stories now. Do you understand? And he's like, if we lose these wars, we are the Nazis. We're gonna full on be Nuremberg trial. You know what I'm saying? Like we have done some shit. We have definitely committed war crimes. He said, and that was back then. So listen, we support them. We support this. This is our money, our blood money. Okay, so we're no better. Okay, we're no better. They could fucking turn on us at any second. The whole world can say we're Nazis at one point. They'd be like, you guys are executing motherfucking civilians left and right. You guys are fucking warmongering, right? Does another country have the right to take over our country for regime change like we do others? I mean, that's up in the air. We do it all the time. It's only okay for us. Is that American exceptionalism? I mean, that's what it's all about. And now we're saying, Russia's doing it. Now we're accusing other countries of doing it, even though we're the ones who do it the best. So, man, that got real dark at the end. I'm not trying to be dark. I'm just trying to say that the only way for us to get out of this fucking shithole situation that we're in, where motherfucking healthcare professionals have to buy their own scrubs, is we have to understand the shittiness in all of us. That we are shit. We are the shitty ones. Okay? And only then can we recognize, we can make things better because we can see the shittiness we're capable of. Because otherwise, we think we're good. We think we're good, and we think this is good. This is fine. We're good. What could go wrong? This is great. Everything's great. This is it's a real boomer mentality. You know what I'm saying? Which I guess in some ways, it's not a bad way to be. I mean, they do have all the wealth, right? I mean, they do. The boomers do. God bless them. They did it. God bless them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Rojan Kid Cast. I appreciate you. Yes, social media is a narcissistic tool to just get attention and feed ego. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Find me on Facebook, I guess. Friend me. I don't give a fuck anymore. Do whatever. Find me on the webs. Give me a shout. Rojan Kim. I'm on rojankim.com. Just I don't know how you could shout at you. All these social media things you could shout at me on, and I'll interact with you. Sure. And that's about it. Thank you. I will be back on Wednesday. All right.